guys, it's Miss Landry, and this video is starting our new topic, which is the classification of matter. And if you remember from our first unit, matter is anything that takes up space, so it has volume and it has mass. Pretty much matter is everything that the universe is made up of. We have some cases of dark matter, and we're still not quite sure what dark matter is, but it is there. So let's talk about what it is. So like I said, it takes up space, so it has volume and it has mass. Here's some examples of matter. Okay, so if you look at this person sitting here, the cat is made up of matter. The plant is made up of matter. His glasses are, the butterfly is. So anything physical, including, believe it or not, the air. Air is something that takes up space. If you blow up a balloon, you know that, and it has mass. So yes, air is matter. What is not mass? Here's some examples of things that are not mass. Not matter. A rainbow is actually diffracted light waves. Heat is actually a transformation of energy, so it is not matter. Love, while it matters, is not made up of matter. So hopefully that helps you kind of understand what matter is. Now let's talk about how we classify it, because there's lots of different ways to classify it. All right, so there's two types in the universe. There are pure substances and there are mixtures. Now, in our world, mixtures are probably the most common. Pure substances aren't quite as common as mixtures. Sorry, bear with me. So let's take a look at those. Let's start with pure substances. So a pure substance is made up of only one kind of particle. They have a fixed or constant structure. So if you think of I'm trying to think of like Legos, okay? You can have single Legos, right? And that would be, let me get a pen here. Single Legos would be like the elements, okay? So you might have a 2x2, that's one type of Lego. A 2x6, that's another type of Lego. Those are elements, and our matter, the elements are on the periodic table, so those are pretty easy. But sometimes those elements combine together to create something called compounds. So compounds are when multiple elements join together through a chemical bond in a fixed ratio, meaning the ratio of like your hydrogen to your oxygen doesn't change. Water is always H. This is hard to draw too. Oh, whoops. No results found. It is always in the ratio of 2 hydrogens to 1 oxygen, always. NaCl, here's another example right here. That's table salt. So sodium chloride is always 1 to 1. Carbon dioxide is always 2 oxygen to a single carbon. Those are compounds, so they're pure in that the ratios never change. Okay, so that is pure substances. So now let's take a look at mixtures. Oh, actually, let's practice this one. X, Y, Z, and W. Which one do you think are pure substances? Obviously, X is a pure substance, right? All we have are these little green circles, and that's it. How about Y? Do you think Y is a pure substance? It is. It's actually a compound. So if you look, all of them have one green circle and one purple circle, and that is all that is in there. And so those are fixed ratios. Those are compounds. How about Z? What do you think Z is? Those are also compounds. Okay, so if you notice, all of them have the same ratio, 1 blue to 1 gray to 1 red. All right, so all of them have that, and that's all that's there. So that would be another pure substance. Now, what about W? Well, with W, we're getting into a new thing. So if you notice, we have lots of different things in here. This is a mixture. So this is not a pure substance. And let's talk about mixtures. Let me clear the screen. Okay, so mixtures. We already went over this, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so different kinds of elements combine physically, but not chemically. So if you remember with compounds, if I show you this right here, this one right here is a compound. So if you notice the circles touch, right? They're chemically combined. It would take a lot to separate them, okay? It would take like a lot. Versus the green circles, I could separate those from this mixture pretty easily, but not these two. So mixtures, you have lots of different stuff that is just mixed together. It is not chemically combined, it is just physically combined. I hope that helps. Now, there are two types of mixtures. Let me get rid of this. Sorry, guys. There we go. There are two types of mixtures that I want you to know. So it has to do with how uniform the mixture is. So is the mixture in a way that like it looks the same all the way through, or are there different parts to the mixture? So a heterogeneous or heterogeneous mixture is a concoction or a mixture whose configuration, so its makeup, is different from spot to spot within the sample. So think about a salad. Okay, so if you picture this salad right here, if I were to put a fork into that salad at random places, I will get different things. I might get 2 tomatoes and a piece of lettuce, and then over here I might get a crouton. Same thing with pizza, right? I mean, everybody always has that one part of the pizza they love. So it's different depending on where you take your sample. Now, that's different from homogeneous or homogeneous. In this one, this is also can be called a solution, but basically it is the same throughout. So no matter where I take a sample, I'm going to get the same stuff. So for example, air. If I'm in a room like this, I can get a sample of air from anywhere and it's going to have the same ratio of stuff in it. So I hope that clears that up. Let's see what else we are going to learn. I think that might be it. So when you think about mixtures, think about taking samples. And so like, let's say I have, I don't know, a chocolate chip cookie. Okay, a chocolate chip cookie. And I take a sample around the edge versus in the middle. I'm going to get different ratios of cookie to chocolate chips and all those things. So I want you to really think about, is it the same throughout? Let's practice these. So let's start with number 1, Fruit Loops. Who doesn't love Fruit Loops? First of all, you're going to start with the question, what type of matter is it? Is it a pure substance or is it a mixture? Okay. If it's a mixture, then is it homogeneous or heterogeneous? So I want you to write this down in your notes and be prepared to explain your reasoning in class. Number 2 is this cup of coffee right here. So I want you to tell me, is it pure substance or mixture? And then within those, is it element or compound or homogeneous or heterogeneous? 3 is this lovely salad. 4 is this chunk of gold. Let's assume it's pure gold. And then 5 is this adorable puppy. So I want you to write down in your notes, what type of matter each of these pictures represents. And I believe that is it for this video. Thanks, guys.